The United States Surgeon General reports that 1 in 4 adults feels completely isolated. We are in a national loneliness epidemic. At the same time, you looked at your phone, saw a specific name, and intentionally chose not to answer. You decided to walk away. Society has specific labels for this. When you stop playing the role of the reliable sponge, people often call you cold. They suggest you are withdrawn. They call you antisocial, or that you are broken. But their internal reality the labels miss. When you finally severed that connection, you didn't feel lonely. You felt a profound sense of peace. That immediate relief is data. It suggests that your behavior is not a failure of character, but the execution of a specialized biological defense protocol. You were likely the reliable one for a long time. You were the friend who picked up at 2 in the morning, and the family member who absorbed everyone's problems, offering advice that was consistently ignored. Eventually, you reached a limit and chose not to pick up. The world didn't end. Instead, your environment immediately became quieter. That quiet was not a sign of weakness. Your nervous system reached a point of saturation and defaulted to its most basic protective programming. This protective programming usually begins in childhood environments, where closeness to others carried an unpredictable emotional cost. You learned early on that love and instability were a package deal. In those homes, you adapted by becoming hypervigilant. You learned to scan a parent's face the moment they walked through the door, knowing that a single shift in mood could alter the entire atmosphere of the house. Psychologist Murray Bowen called this emotional cutoff. It is a pattern that develops when a child learns that the only way to ensure personal safety is to maintain a distance. As an adult, that same blueprint remains. When someone gets too close and you feel the urge to push them away, your brain is executing the survival programming it was given years ago. Those thousands of hours spent reading the room refined the adult brain's sensitivity to social patterns. You have built a neurological pathway that prioritizes the detection of interpersonal threats. This 3D model shows the physical impact of that history. A 2023 study in Nature Neuroscience found that individuals who experienced early emotional stress develop permanently heightened activity in the brain's specific threat detection regions. Research at the University of Iowa found that the frontal lobe, the part of the brain responsible for complex social decisions, actually works overtime in people with this background. You aren't being paranoid. Your brain is cross-referencing behavioral data to identify specific patterns, like the rhythm of a conditional friend, before they have a chance to cause further damage. When a person takes more energy than they provide, your brain's threat detection system registers an unsustainable drain. Dr. Stephen Porges explains this through Polyvagal Theory. Your nervous system has different modes of operation. When you are drained, your system toggles out of social engagement and into a state of conservation. Researchers call this the dorsal vagal response. It is a literal biological shutdown. Your body forces a withdrawal to protect your remaining energy reserves. Cutting someone off is an autonomic success. Your nervous system is simply doing its job, guarding your energy as the finite resource it is. There is a vital health distinction to make here. While temporary withdrawal protects you, the Centers for Disease Control reports that prolonged social isolation carries significant physical risks. According to the data, extreme isolation increases the risk of heart disease by 29% and stroke by 32%. This is why it is important to distinguish walls from boundaries. Walls block everyone out of fear. Boundaries are selective, built from self-awareness and data to determine who deserves access to your peace. If cutting someone off yields a profound sense of relief, you aren't engaging in dangerous isolation. You are practicing protection. Loneliness describes the painful absence of connection. Solitude is the intentional presence of peace. You aren't sitting alone wishing for a call. You are in your own space, finally able to hear yourself think. A 75-year Harvard study on happiness confirmed that a good life is not about the number of connections you have. It is about the quality of the right ones. If your circle is small but full of people who actually see you, you are doing things right. You are successfully letting the right people past your early warning system. Choosing to guard your energy and build a life that feels gentle instead of chaotic is a definitive act of self-preservation. It is a choice to prioritize sanctuary